It's your boy Rodney Perry. I'm bringing you an evolutionary experience. Hey, it's game.
Hi, this is India with Designer Accessory Adoption. Thanks for watching this video and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you for clicking play and giving my little video channel a chance. And for those folks who are returning, a special thank you to you for coming back for another video, commenting, liking, subscribing. It is very much appreciated. Today's video, we will be talking about how do you know whether your handbag has a good resale value. So this could be for a handbag that you are interested in purchasing, or it could be an existing handbag in your collection. This is some tips that you can use. These are some tips that you can use to determine whether it's going to have that good resale value. Now, I know that I'm not saying that you should purchase a handbag just because it has good resale value, or pretty much for that reason. However, I know that that does matter to some people. I won't lie and say that I don't think about the same thing. I just make sure that it's not the only reason, for me at least, it's not the only reason I'm purchasing that handbag, or it's not the only factor that I'm using to make my decision. So totally up to you how you want to use this information. I know there are people out there from the school of thought that it's better to buy something with a higher resale value. That way, if you need to sell your handbags or your shoes or whatever it is to get the funds from it for another purchase or some other situation where you just need to come up with a lot of cash, then it's better to have items that are from a fashion house that are more recognizable, more popular, and also have a better resale value, so that way you can get most of your money back. And then there are also people from the school of thought like that they may think about it or don't think about it at all. They just buy what they like. And I'm kind of in the middle. So anyway, before I go down a tangent with that or an unintended video about that, we're going to stick to those tips that you can use to apply to a future purchase or a current item that you have in your collection. So if you see me look over here, just a disclaimer, the folks that have been with me before know my electronic note keeper is back, and I have my laptop over on the side on my desk that I will look over at to make sure that I get out all the points that I want to get out today. All right, so also, I love videos every Wednesday covering topics related to fashion, luxury, more so focused on the pre-owned market. Also, I do cover contemporary brands as well. I do also throw in some unboxings as well as product reviews and lifestyle topics. So if any of those are of interest to you, definitely consider subscribing. I also would appreciate it if you're enjoying the video to like it and share it as well with people that you feel would enjoy the content. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and I really do want to say a special thank you to the people who have been commenting. I really have enjoyed talking to you. So let's go ahead and get with it. And I also have a new subscriber. One second. I've been trying to shout out new subscribers. Special thank you to all of my new subscribers that have come through in the last few months. Thank you and welcome. Welcome to the Designer Accessory Adoption team. I thank you so much for even checking out my video, watching them, and being willing to subscribe. So a special thank you to you two for subscribing. Thank you so much. All right, so now that we have gotten our shout outs out the way and our PSA to subscribe, let's go ahead and get into the topic for today. All right, so first up is going to be, first, you got to start with the original price. You have to know the original price. So pretty much if you bought the item yourself, then you should kind of be able to kind of tell or gauge, maybe not the exact price if you don't still have the receipt, but kind of remember a little bit about what you paid for it. And I'm laughing because if you're one of those people who have like hundreds of bags or a whole lot and they move around a lot, you may not remember. But anyway, for some of us folks out there that do remember how much the general price range for what things cost, I don't want to say it, make it sound like that. For the general price range for what you paid for an item, you do want to know the original price tag. Whether you got it on sale or not, the original price tag is going to be key into determining whether you have a good resale value for it or not, because what you originally paid for it is going to factor into what that resale cost will be or resale price will be. So first up, that's going to be first. If you don't know the original price, this second tip will be where you can kind of gauge that information and figure it out from there. Next up is going to be, one, asking yourself, is this bag still manufactured by the fashion house? So if it is still manufactured by the fashion house, you can check out their website. Obviously, luxury brands are known for increasing their prices over time. Some increase their prices more often than others, but every fashion house at some point will increase their prices. And what if you bought a bag 10 years ago, it definitely will not be the same price that it is now if it's still in production. But the reason why I had that is just kind of ask yourself those questions, because those factor into resale value. In addition to that, it also factors into it. Like I said, it factors into resale value without just like going down in a tangent to a separate topic. So next up will be, so ask yourself that question. Also ask yourself, is it on trend? Is it an it bag? Is it going to be a re-edition? That's been really popular for the past few years, where Prada, Louis Vuitton, who else has done a re-edition? Coach. There's been so many brands that have done Gucci has done a re-edition. So those two factors are going to determine that resale value as well, because when they re-release it, that makes it more popular. In addition to that, they have added a higher price point due to inflation and the cost of living now for things. So when they re-release them, they're at a much higher price than they were when they first were released. I remember when the Dior saddlebag came out, and the large size in the, I think it's the oblique print is I believe what it's called, but it's the one with the Christian Dior logo on it, the large size was around $700. Have you checked the price of that bag now? It's, I think, pretty close or over $3,000. I'm pretty sure it's actually over $3,000. The little one that I bought when I was in college with the oblique pattern on it, the logos, was under $200. So it was like $165, $175. I saw that bag selling for $700. So it just goes to show you, when it does re-release, it becomes popular, it becomes the it bag of a period or a season, then the price is going to jump. And that means for new as well as for on the resale market for the older styles, the price tag will jump. It will follow suit. So anyway, so those are going to be two factors also with you determining whether your bag will have good resale value. Now, one caveat to that, which there are always little loopholes, or it's not like these rules don't apply 100% of the time, and that's going to be to the Dior, not to the Dior, sorry. That example is going to be for the Dior, Lady Dior. That one is one that I've heard from a lot of people, and I believe I've seen it myself, where it has a high price tag on the Dior website. It is a current staple. It's a classic. Dior has been making it for decades. And it doesn't really hold its value on the resale market. Now, you can sell it for a pretty penny, absolutely, because the price tag is up there. But as far as relative to how much it sells for and versus how much people are willing to pay on the resale market, it is a deep discount. So those are things that you want to ask yourself and evaluate, because those are going to impact whether your bag has a good resale value or not. So, for example, if you were to have sold your Dior saddlebag 8 years ago, you would have gotten pennies on the dollar for it because it wasn't popular at that time. Now that they re-released it, now that celebrities are being seen with their old ones and vintage is back and re-editions and all this other stuff, and it's on trend, you could really sell it for a lot more. But when this whole trend dies down, the prices will then die down too. So also take that in mind. Keep that in mind as well. So you can't think that you're going to be able to hold on to this Dior saddlebag in 5 years from now. You'll be able to get the same amount of money off of it on the resale market. So you could possibly, nobody knows the future, but popularity also plays a factor into that. So definitely, I do have some other detailed videos on resale value and what impacts it and things like that. So check out my series, my pre-owned series below, and that video is linked in there. All right, so moving on. Next up is going to be check out a few consignment stores or online marketplaces. And so what you're doing there is, like I said, the title of this video is I'm giving you tips on how I can't get my words out right now. Sorry. I'm giving you tips. Let me check my time too because I gotta go. Giving you tips on whether or not your bag is going to be have good resale value. I'm just struggling today. Resale value. So these are some of the tips. And so one of those is checking out prices. What you're doing there is you want to check out several places. You don't want to just look at one place. The reason why is when you have the big, super big box, secondhand consignment stores like your Rebags, your Fashion File, your Linda Stuff, and Yogi's Closet, and all of those that are just like everybody's talking about them in the purse forum or elsewhere and in YouTube videos, they are going to be able to command a higher price for things because they're trusted. They have a bigger reach, a bigger selection. All of those factor into it. So people will just naturally gravitate and really be willing to spend a little bit extra money. Also, some of those have like good return policies that are extremely helpful, and that helps factor into those costs as well. So anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is you want to check several places is because I, as a person who sells pre-owned goods and resells them to other people, know that different marketplaces, you can kind of adjust your pricing due to that. So I've noticed on some marketplaces, I'm able to set my price a little bit higher because the items that are available in those marketplaces, the expectations of those people on those marketplaces command a higher price point versus some other places that I sell which I contend to see a lower trending price point there. So that's why I'm saying check out different places. Also, you have people who are maybe not even trying to sell this for a profit per se. They're just trying to get rid of something in their collection. And so when you have people who are not professional companies, so they're individual sellers that's just selling their own goods just to get rid of it, they're not thinking about it as a business, they may set their prices at a lower price point or are willing to take something at a lower price point, which skews the data pretty much. So when someone sees that someone was able to buy an item for $200 less than really what the market commands for it, unfortunately you have other people that are going to look for that same deal, and that can impact impact future sales. So I mentioned that because you just want to get a good idea and you want to do your research, and you can't get just one data point, you got to get it from multiple places. So you want to check out the sold prices as well as the current selling price, because what I ask for it is different from what somebody's willing to buy it for now. And that plays into part with places like eBay, like Poshmark, like Tracy, where you have some wiggle room to negotiate, whereas when you go to a reseller's direct store, they're not really negotiating their price. Their price is the price. So factor that in and just kind of gauge that to kind of see what your average range is, like what the average asking price is versus what people are actually going to purchase it for. So last up is going to be review asking price and selling price. So I kind of got into that already, and that's what you're really wanting to do. So you're diving to, I didn't realize I broke it out into another tip, but really I had already talked about it before, which is checking out what people are asking for and actually what people are selling it for. Let me know what other tips you have to research and determine whether your item that you're looking for or an item that you currently have has good resale value. I would love to hear from you. I typically love videos every Wednesday, so definitely check me out at 8 p.m. every Wednesday. Every other Saturday, I do release a video at 8 a.m., so definitely check those out as well. I really do appreciate it. Please definitely keep liking, sharing, subscribing, coming back. And if you have any video suggestions or questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye. Have a good day.